We're staying in our annotation.dwg file, and in the previous video we set up our text style. So just make sure that you're utilizing your new text style. You can do that in the Home tab on the ribbon. Click on the annotation flyout and just make sure that your text style there is set to training, like so. Also make sure that the appropriate layer is being used. Make sure that you're using your text layer to place text on your AutoCAD drawing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place a little label underneath our bolting plate, and we're going to use single line text. Now single line text differs from the other type of text in AutoCAD, multi-line text, and you'll see the differences. They become very apparent visually on the drawing in a moment when I show you how to place each one. So we're going to go to the annotation panel on the Home tab on the ribbon. Click on the flyout here and select single line text. You can also do this from the annotate tab on the ribbon if you wish. So single line there. It's asking for a start point of the text. I'm just going to pick a point just under here, underneath our little bolting plate. And as you can see, it's now prompting me for the height. If you move the mouse around, can you see there it's asking me to specify the height? If you get close to the point, can you see it's just things like polar tracking and object snaps? Just move away a little bit. There's the height there. I'm going to give it 50 high, 50 units in this particular drawing, and enter. And then it'll ask for the rotation angle. Do you want it at 0, which is horizontal, or coming round at 45 degrees or 90 degrees and so on? Make sure you just press enter to accept 0 so that it's horizontal. Now, you get a little flashing cursor now for your single line text. So I'm going to type in now the name of my object in the drawing, which is the bolting plate. And as you can see there, it's red because it's on the text layer, and it's utilizing my training text style. Now with single line text, when I press enter, takes me down to the next line of single line text, and each line of text is an individual object. So if I put bolting plate and then I put plan, let's say, and then enter once again to take me to the next line down, if I press enter without any text, it closes out the single line text command. Now if I hover over each of these, can you see that's one object, that's another object. So what we'll do as well is we'll now put some little notes next to our bolting plate, but we'll use multi-line text. So again, annotation panel, click on the flyout, multi-line text. Now you'll notice I've got an ABC on the crosshair. That's just so I've got an indication of what the text will look like in my multi-line text area. So it's now asking me to specify first corner. I'm going to go over here to the right, click once, and drag a window that my text is going to occupy and click again. Now, as soon as I do that, you'll notice some quite dramatic changes in the actual screen layout. You'll notice now that we have a text editor contextual tab in the ribbon with all of my different settings for my multi-line text. So I've got things like style, formatting, paragraph settings, bullets and numbering, insert, spell check, and so on. You can see that multi-line text is very much like Microsoft Word, for example. And that's the whole idea of it. It's meant to give you almost like a word processor built into AutoCAD. One little helpful point though, can you see the flashing cursor in the area where you're going to place the text? Always, always, always just click inside that editor space before you start typing. Then AutoCAD knows that you're ready to add the text. So I'm going to use the same text style, and you'll notice it's adopted the 50 height over in the style panel of the text editor tab. You can just see it there above the word mask. There's 50 there. So it's remembered the height 50 from the single line text. So I'm just going to put notes like that, maybe put a colon there, and then press enter. This time it takes me to the next line down, but it's all one object. Each of these lines of multi-line text form one multi-line text object. So I might want to put some bullets and numbering in there, so I go up to the paragraph panel, click on the flyout and say numbered, and it puts 1. Can you see that there? And I'm just going to put all dimensions in millimeters. Now I've started typing, but nothing's coming up on the screen. Again, click in the editing area first, and then it remembers that you're meant to be typing. So I'll put all dims in millimeters. Now you'll notice there, can you see it's gone to the edge of the space that I've recommended, that I've kind of created there in the drawing. I'm going to put a full stop there and press enter takes me down to the next numbered point. So we've got all dimensions in millimeters, and we'll leave it at that. But what I can do is I can highlight notes, for example, make that bold and underline it using the formatting panel. And then when I click away from my text, you can see there that the text is all one object when I hover over it. Now, if I click on it once, can you see there I've got some arrows? And what I can do is I can click on this arrow here, and it changes the width, like so. I can make that all very narrow and look very weird, or I can stretch it out. I'm going to hit escape a couple of times and just pan across a little bit. And then, without the view cube here being in the way, I can click and drag, and that just looks a bit neater like that. All dimensions in millimeters, all on one line. I hit escape to deselect, and that is my multi-line text in place for my notes, and the bolting plate plan title is all set up in single line text at the bottom there.